We in these streets. Oh yeah, what's good, man? We back in the building. 3kingsboxing.com. It's your boy 2K. Shots my man to the left is my man Bo. My right hand man, that's my Roy. If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, I'm gonna show y'all a video at the end of this show. They're gonna be like, did he say that's his Roy or his boy? I said Roy. R-O-Y. If you don't know what I'm talking about, wait to the end of this show. I'm gonna show y'all the video of what I'm talking about when I say Bo is my Roy. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
All right, y'all, man. We back. It's been a couple of days, but we still gonna get at it. We're gonna get at a lot of news, man. Terence Crawford being considered one of the best, or actually the best, welterweight of all time. We're definitely gonna talk about that. I had seen that several times throughout social media. At first, it started off with Floyd Mayweather, versus Terence Crawford. Then it started off with, man, Floyd really would have gotten beaten by Terence Crawford. Then it became Terence Crawford is the greatest welterweight of all time. We definitely gonna dig into that. Y'all know how it is over at 3 Kings Boxing, man. We don't just dig into it with like recent shit. We don't talk about recent welterweights. Nah, we going all the way back. You said the greatest of all time. We going all the way the fuck back.
Yep.
But before we get to that, y'all know what it is, man. We got to put the seasoning on it, flip it, turn it, make sure it's darkened on both sides. And how do we do that with this show? We're going to talk about the worst rematch that I personally, 2K has personally seen in a long time. And that was Amanda Serrano versus Heather Hardy. That was the worst, dude. So let me just say this, man. Boxing fans, y'all got to be more vigilant. Even when it comes to women's boxing, you got to be more vigilant, man. If you don't want to see a certain fight, voice it all over social media. Let them know. We don't want to see this shit. Don't support it. Be more vigilant. If Amanda Serrano, Heather Hardy's not that fight for you, that's fine. Then, that's cool, whatever. But it doesn't matter if it's women or men. Whatever fight that you thought of that took place, like Robert Helenius versus Adam Kalnacki Part 2. We don't need to see that. There's another bad rematch, right?
Yeah.
Nobody asked for that shit. Just like nobody asked for fucking Heather Hardy and Amanda Serrano Part 2.
Right.
Be more vigilant. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was asking about Anthony Joshua Dillian White Part 2. Nobody wanted to see that. Sure, it was intriguing back when Anthony Joshua first beat him, having a rematch back then. Yeah, it was intriguing then.
Right.
But at the end of the day, right, we don't want to see that shit now. He's struggling against Jermaine Franklin. He lost to Alexander Povetkin. He struggled against Marius Wack. Right? We don't want to see this shit now.
Right.
So Serrano Hardy 2 is the worst rematch. Now, let me tell you guys something. And I'm going to take what my man Heisenberg, I'm going to let him go into that. He said that was Serrano blessing Hardy with a payday. That's exactly what it was. We knew that before Serrano said that in the goddamn post-fight interview, right?
Yep.
This was obviously what it was for. Because in 2019, when they fought, I think they fought August 2019, so Amanda Serrano won every fucking round, bro, in that fight. To the point where I'm like, Apollo Creed's trainer, somebody stop the fight. Why are they allowing Heather Hardy to get her ass whooped like this? And that was the first fight, right? So when they said the rematch was coming, we definitely need to see the goddamn rematch. Because if it's kind of the same situation with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. People are saying, hey, nobody needs to see a rematch now. Why? Because Errol Spence got drugged.
Yeah.
But even Crawford, Errol Spence has more merit for a rematch than fucking Serrano and Hardy. Hardy's not a top-level fighter. You see what I'm saying? Whereas Errol Spence is still a top-level fighter, regardless of him losing to Terence Crawford.
Agreed.
So that's why that rematch is merited, right? That's why it's warranted. Let me say that. It has merit. Serrano Hardy's not a top-level fighter. Meanwhile, Serrano has done better things since whooping Hardy's ass the first time. So you got one on the up and up. You got another one on the way to retirement. There's no need for a rematch. Now that what Heisenberg said about her blessing Hardy with a 6-figure payday, us as fans shouldn't give a fuck about that.
That's a good point.
We're fans of the sport. We don't care about anybody getting blessed with a 6-figure payday. We don't care about that. That's between them two. But when you're trying to show us, you're basically trying to entertain us. We don't give a fuck about that. Actually, they shouldn't have been getting paid 6 figures for that whack-ass rematch. It came out of fans' pockets. That shit came out of Jake Paul's pocket if he felt that those two fighters needed 6 figures. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
But fans need to be more fucking vigilant. If it was 6 figures that they got because you guys gave them that money, yo, that's bad, man. That's terrible. And that goes to show why a lot of times certain fights that should be made are not getting made. Look at how she responded to Alicia Baumgartner at the end. Baumgartner sitting there flexing and shit, bitch looking like a little me. You know what I'm saying? Right outside the ring and shit. Talking about, yeah, you know, I want Amanda Serrano. Let's go. Let's get it. Serrano like shakes her head, you know what I'm saying, and clicks her tongue. You know, I'm not even worried about that right now. I just want to go home and be with my family. What? You just rematched the girl nobody cared about.
Yep.
We want to hear, yes, I got Alicia Baumgartner next. Or I got the winner of Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron 2. That's what we want to hear.
Exactly.
See? You guys got to be more vigilant. You need to ask more from your fighters, or bullshit like this is going to keep happening, man. At the end of the day, that was a terrible card, by the way. Amanda Serrano, Heather Hardy was the main event. That was the main event. What, was there a fight after that? I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a fight after
my
Serrano
link stopped
Hardy.
after that.
Yeah. I mean, shit, nigga. I mean, I turned the channel. I thought I was in. So I stayed up to watch Heather Hardy and fucking Amanda Serrano in the main event.
Yep. For y'all.
Exactly. Because if we didn't do this show and we didn't do Three Kings boxing, nigga, I'd have been cutting my toenails. I'd have trimmed my, you know what I'm saying? I'd have been edging up my damn fade, nigga.
I'd have been throwing salt down for the pre-snow.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I've been finding shit to do, nigga. Getting nose hairs out, nigga.
Right.
I haven't done this in a while. Let me clip these nose hairs. Something.
Yeah,
I'd have been doing something. Yeah, right. Hey, you know it's bad when a nigga goes to wash his shoes. Let me go clean my shoes.
Right. It's dirty.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, dog, this was the worst rematch. The second to me is probably fucking Helenius and Kalnaki, and that's probably second the worst rematch I've ever seen, man. What do you think about this, real quick, man?
Man, real quick, I agree with you. The problem I have with that is, prior to that, people don't know Amanda Serrano, I talked about this Australian girl who was coming up, and I did on one of our shows, and I can't remember her name right now. It's like Ryan, I can't remember her name, but anyway, she's like a top contender, and I think close to being a mandatory for Serrano, and she was trying to get that fight, and Serrano's response to that was, well, she's right to call out for the fight, but you know that's not where I'm at right now. But you're at fighting Heather Hardy, like wait, hold on, wait,
bullshit, man.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, you ain't. That's what you mean. That's not where you at. Why isn't that where you at? This is a top young in a prime contender looking to fight you, and then like what you said when they asked her about Alicia Baumgartner, she tried to play it off. Now, I heard, and there was a couple cats that I got into it about that, and they was like, "Well, that's Amanda Serrano." I said, "No, that's not," because when Jelena Madranovic refused to mention Amanda's name, Amanda was all over social media talking about something. Yeah. Oh, how come she can't say my name? How come she can't say my name? So no, man, she ain't getting that pass. She should have at least acknowledged that fight was possible, or that's a fight she want, or told us something other than me seeing two women in the ring crying. At that point, I was done. Sky Nicholson, yeah.
I just, man, you took it. I was just waiting on you to finish. I was gonna tell you it was Sky Nicholson.
Yeah, Sky Nicholson. Yeah. There you go, Heisenberg. Hey, man, that's dope. You guys pay attention to the show. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, you know, instead of me watching two women crying, man, this ain't TNT. I ain't trying to get no drama. So yeah, I'm with you, man. Worst rematch. I say the second worst for me was well, actually it was a trilogy, and that was that damn Derek Chisora and Tyson Fury. Anybody need to see that?
Oh, yeah,
Garbage,
good
man.
point. Good point. Well, the first one, Tyson Fury struggled against Chisora, so the second rematch was okay. But that third one, yeah, that third fight, like you say, yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely nobody needed to see that shit, bro.
Need to see that, but
100%.
agree with you 1000%, man. But with that being said, baby, I've been waiting on this one, man. As we always tell you guys, go to Three Kings Boxing, right? So Caleb Plant has spoken. You know, he got on the camera and he spoke. He wanted to make y'all understand why he,
Smack the shit out that boy.
okay, not Jermall, but Jermall. And Jermall wants you to know it wasn't him. Jermall even wants you to
Jermell hung his brother out to dry. Jermell basically he got on social media was like, oh, hold on, man, I ain't that bitch ass nigga. I mean, I'm not my brother.
Hey, 2K, am I my brother's keeper?
Yes, I am. Young niggas don't know where that come from. You don't know
No,
where that come from.
that's pretty much what he did. He hung him out to dry. But Caleb Plant explained why he did that. So apparently, and it's something that we was talking about when we heard about it, Charlo again was running his mouth. According to Caleb Plant, Charlo pulled on his beard, pulled on the man's beard. And he was like, hey man, first he tried being nice, like, hey man, get off of that, stop doing that. And Charlo told us, oh, look at him acting like a bitch ass white boy, and he shed like a bitch ass white boy, and then he pulled on the beard again. And like Plant said, he said, man, you put me in a tough, tight spot. You're doing this in front of my wife and my peers. I got no choice. That's why I remember we was on the show and I was asked, I said, yes, that's what he should have did. And guess what? Yep. And that's the very reason why he slapped him. Now, me personally, the minute he reached for my beard, the first time he got slapped.
Yeah.
What you doing? So, man, but go ahead.
It goes to what you said about manhood.
Yes.
That's what you're referring to on that other show. When
Yep.
I was talking about, man, what was Charlo supposed to do after he gets slapped? Was he supposed to just whoop his ass? You're like, yes, right?
Mhm.
That's because a man has basically pulled your manhood card, man.
Exactly, man.
Like, man, you and he smacked him. I'm sorry, bro. He thought you were a woman that got out of line. That's what he did.
That's what he did.
He felt you were a woman that got out of her place and slapped the shit out of you, bro. Like that's there needs to be death. You know what I'm saying? After that, or close to it. You know what I mean? But
Agreed.
yeah, it plays the manhood, and that's what Caleb was saying. You're
Mhm.
disrespecting me. Fuck the peers. You're disrespecting me in front of my wife.
Yes.
Who fucking cares about peers? Fuck them niggas. But you're disrespecting me in front of my wife. There's two sets of people that you will not disrespect me in front of. My
Yep.
wife and my children. You see what I'm saying? So then that's what Caleb Plance's response was. It was 100% warranted, man.
1000% warranted. That was I was actually going to ask you, man. Was that what was because everybody wants to know what that slap warranted, but also here's my thing is I believe Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant not known for doing that. Like even when David Benavidez them tried to fight him at the gym, he was like, hey, "Man, come on, calm down, chill it out." That's not Caleb Plant's not a dude that's like that, man. So I believe him. I believe it went just the way he said it went, man. Like for real talk, man. I definitely believe that it went just the way he said it like that. And if it did go like that, he got off lucky with just being slapped, man. What do you think, man? Should we believe Caleb Plank's side of the story, even though we haven't heard from Charlo yet?
I believe his side of the story because Charlo is he's what's that word? I'm trying to think of that word. I mean, he's an asshole. Just put it that way.
Mhm.
I was trying to think of another word without saying that, but yeah, he an asshole, man. And he does stupid shit. I mean, just like smacking that dude's phone out his hand that just asked him a legitimate question about whether or not Canelo would be a tough fight for him. He smacked his phone out his hand and looked at him crazy. He pushed the goddamn old lady that was just trying to do security. She was doing a little bit too much security. But at the same time, all it took was yeah, I'm Jermall Charlo. My seats are right over there. Thank you, ma'am. That's all it took. This nigga, fuck out of here. Jermall Charlo. Like, calm down, nigga. Damn, she's like 162 years old. She's just trying to take home her $10 an hour, nigga. Calm the fuck
Right,
down.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, he does shit like that. He was, barking at fucking Jared Hurd. This is a Jared Hurd that's been washed and been done. Barking at him. He's barked at David Benavidez. So I believe 100% he did everything that Caleb Plant said he did, bro.
Mhm.
Even if he didn't, that nigga's overdue a slap.
He's overdue.
Jermall could have been minding his own business and Caleb Plant just walked up to him and slapped the shit out of him. It was still warranted. He's overdue.
That's fucked up.
Motherfucker's overdue, bro. So remember, I forgot who was interviewing. I think it was somebody with I ain't gonna mention their names. Fuck it. But I forgot the interview, dog. But then they doing the interview, dude asked him legitimate questions. He trying to punk the interviewer. And it's over the phone, too. Remember that shit?
I remember that. I know what you're talking about.
Ask me the motherfucking question then, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. I'd have been like,
you scared of me or something?
You scared of me, motherfucker? Yeah. I'd have been like, all right, man. Listen, bro. Where you at? Where you at, nigga? You know what I'm saying?
For real.
But that's the thing, though, man. He's overdue. So Caleb Plant, he probably didn't do nothing to Caleb Plant. Maybe the real story is Jermall Charlo was outside feeding the poor. Motherfucker had bought a food truck and went to Las Vegas and was feeding the poor, handing out flowers to the misses and shit out there that, you know, all the single women. Here you go. Here's a flower. Have a nice day. Maybe he was doing all that. And Caleb Plant, this thuggish, ruggish, bone-ass nigga just walked up and smacked the shit out of him. Maybe that's the real true story. Maybe he was on Skid Row, Bo, like Devin Haney was at, and was just handing out money out his pocket. Hi, everybody. My name's Jermall Charlo. I'm the WBC middleweight champion of the world. I just love giving back to my community. It's one thing that I will always do because it just gives me that when I wake up in the morning. And then here comes this Caleb Plant. Fuck you, motherfucker. Smack the shit out of him. Even if all of that took place the way that I just said it, it was still warranted. I'm still siding with Caleb Plant. Charlo should have been slapped by Daniel Jacobs years ago.
Oh, man.
Just saying, man.
Oh, man. Jacobs had him shook, too. Oh, just what I was looking for.
Like we said before, man, I have no faith in Jermall at this point, man. Like, he's got a whole lot of shit that he's got to make up for, man. He's still got to make up for that Macias, Montiel, Rodriguez, Garcia, Carlos, Angara, Jr., whatever the fuck his name is. He got to make up for all of that. Yeah. I'm saying for that fight. Yeah. So, yeah, dog, I got no faith in Jermall, man.
All right, man. But there is something we can have faith in, dog. Fight coming up. Now, this one right here is hard for me. I'll be honest with you guys, man. So you got David Bendavidez is rumored to be in talks with Demetrius Andrade. That the fight's in the works. We got to tell y'all rumor. That's what we got to tell you, okay? But that fight is in the works. So here's the thing, man. I like this fight. I think this is as you guys saw on the thumbnail. This fight is going to be a sleeper. My problem with this fight is it lets Canelo Alvarez off the hook because whoever loses is you're done. You're automatically done. You wasn't good to begin with. Your resume is under attack, and this is why Canelo never should have fought you or never had to fight you. And that's the only thing that pisses me off about this is it automatically eliminates them. Whoever loses, it's going to eliminate them from ever being ever even getting close to Canelo. Which, regardless of if whoever loses, they still should be able to fight him because guess what? That's what they did back in the old day. Duran, just because he lost to Sugar Ray, that didn't keep him from fighting Hearns. Or and then after losing to Hearns, that didn't keep him from fighting Hagler. That didn't stop that. So it shouldn't stop this either, man. But I think this is a good fight, man. To break this fight down is going to be nice. I like this fight. And it's, in my honest opinion, man, it's two guys that actually need, like this fight both these guys need because, in my opinion, this is a high-profile fight because of the accolades of these two guys, man. What's your thoughts on this, man?
Yeah, I was always calling for David Benavidez versus Jermall Charlo and David Morrell versus Demetrius Andrade. And the reason was because the winner would have effectively, backed Canelo Alvarez into a corner. I still feel like Jermall Charlo has a very good shot at winning, but it's the principle, right? Canelo really jumped at the notion that he was able to bring a guy up 2 weight divisions into 168. He enjoyed that idea, thinking that Jermall was going to be too small for him, right? I have a fucking huge problem with that. You see what I'm saying? So when you got guys like David Benavidez and David Morrell winning against top tier competition within the division. It puts Canelo in a corner, right? Currently, David Morrell is the WBA regular champion. Of course, Canelo is the super champion. And then if you got David Benavidez is the WBC mandatory. So both of those guys are in position to get a fight with Canelo today, right now. The only thing that's stopping them are, the fans allowing Canelo and his team to say that those guys haven't done enough to get a shot with him. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
So if they do beat guys that are top tier, like a Jermall, Charlo, or a Demetrius, Andrade, it effectively puts them in a corner. That's the biggest reason why I want to see this fight take place, and I wanted to see it happen. Either one of these guys, whether it's Andrade or Benavidez, if they win, Canelo can't ignore them unless he retires. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, bro, it's a good fight. David Morrell needs to fight somebody. I think David Morrell should get Charlo if he can. Switch it up now. But I'm not too worried about Jermall beating Canelo. I'm not too worried about Caleb Plant, Christian Mabili, William Skull. I'm not worried about those. They can't beat Canelo. I want to see the guys that give Canelo. When you look at the fucking matchup on paper, you say 50-50 or maybe 55-45, but you can't go no further than that. Those are the matchups we need to see Canelo in at this point in his career, man. Hell, even Demetrius Bivol, when that, don't go back and play Monday morning fucking quarterback. Because when that fight was announced, people were pissed off that it was a fight that was being announced and that it was on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember that.
On paper, that fight was not 50-50. People were saying that it was a tune-up for fucking Golovkin. That's what they were saying.
Yep.
Some people were out there saying that Demetrius Bivol would give him trouble because he's bigger. They were wrong because Demetrius Bivol is not bigger than Canelo, number one. And number two, he didn't even use his size to beat Canelo. He used his boxing ability from the outside and his ring IQ. So it had nothing to do with his size, right? But that's what people were saying. Oh, man, his size is going to give him trouble, right? So that fight was not seen as 50-50 on paper. Not at all. Not at any point. But when you look at David Benavidez Canelo, that's a 50-50 fight, right?
Yeah.
Me, I have it different than that. But that's a fight that's close to 50-50. If you know boxing and you know how Demetrius Andrade fights and you compare and contrast his style to Canelo's style, that's a 50-50 fight.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Hey, Mark, no, he's not. Bo stood right next to Demetrius Bivol. Demetrius Bivol can fight at 168, Mark. He's actually even told you that he can get down to 168. He was actually trying to go to 168 to fight Canelo long time ago. What, 2018 or so, Bo? 2019?
Shit, recently he was talking about it after.
No.
Oh, yeah, right.
2018, 2019,
sure was.
He was trying to go down to 168 to bait Canelo up because Sergey Kovalev didn't want to fight him.
Yeah.
Alexander Gvozdyk, who was WBC champion at the time, didn't want to fight him. And Artur Beterbiev didn't want to fight him. So, no. Demetrius Bivol is a small 175, Mark. He's not bigger than Canelo. He's taller, but he's not bigger than him. So, at the end of the day, like I said, he didn't even use his size to beat Canelo. So, none of that shit matters any goddamn way. But when you look at, going back to what I was saying, when you look at Demetrius Andrade's style, right, and you compare and contrast it to Canelo's, that's a close fight.
It is.
There's a lot of haters out there that don't like Demetrius Andrade that are going to say, what did he do? That's always what they say. Who did Demetrius Andrade beat? That's what they're going to say, right? You compare and contrast styles, that's a close fight. Demetrius Bivol didn't beat anybody to get Canelo.
No,
Cedric Agnew, Umar Salimov, Craig Richards. He didn't beat anybody to get Canelo. And he ended up beating him anyway. So, those fights right there, Benavidez Canelo, Andrade Canelo, those are fights that are close on paper, and those are the fights we need to see Canelo in. So that's why I want this fight to happen, so they can put that motherfucker in the corner.
Yeah, and the winner of this fight definitely puts him in the corner. My thing is, whoever wins this fight, it needs to be made clear by Premier Boxing Champion. Hey, that's the next guy to fight Canelo if he wins. That needs, like, come on out and say it and make it clear. Don't, like Steven Espinoza talking about something, well, that's still kind of up to Canelo. No. Boxing men, man. At this point, no, boxing men, dog. Mm-hmm. Boxing men, because here's where I agree with you with. I don't like the fact that he's pulling up Charlo. Like you said, he jumped at that. Canelo could have easily, and people, all you guys out there saying, well, this and no. Canelo could have easily said, no, he's too small. He's too small. Give me somebody else.
Yep.
Could have said that. No, he's not. He's not ready. First of all, mind you, he was bringing up the other Charlo brother who's at 160. Okay, so he's already bringing somebody up. Then he was told about the Iron Man Charlo, the undisputed junior middleweight champion. He's bringing up 2 weight classes, and Canelo could he said no, he's too small. He's too small. Give me somebody else. He could have did that. He didn't do that. He jumped at it, right? And the fact that he was able to jump at that, if you guys want to say it's a freebie or whatever the case may be, okay, well then I tell him this. Okay, this is your freebie.
Right.
Like, you sure you want to use it? Because this is your freebie. You got 2 more fights. This
Right.
should get me. No? All right, bet. You're fighting the winner of David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade. And I walk out the room.
Yeah, man, at this point, it's like, come on now, dog. Like, I understand, fans and who they side with, but at some point, you, even as a Canelo fan, you have to admit that what he's doing with David Benavidez is ridiculous. Exactly. What does a fighter have to do, bro? He's put himself in position to become mandatory for that belt.
Yeah.
And you're still gonna say, well, who does he beat? That doesn't matter. He's mandatory.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't matter when Josh Taylor had to fight that dude from Thailand before he could fight Jose Ramirez.
I remember.
It didn't matter. He was the IBF mandatory, right? It didn't matter that Deontay Wilder had to fight Dominic Brazil before he could rematch Luis Ortiz because he was the mandatory. So when you're putting yourself in the position to become mandatory, then I expect the president of the organization to allow that mandatory fight to take place. Agreed. And to push for it. If not, the champ gets stripped.
I agree with that, man.
What the hell? So, nah, man, that shit's crazy, man. All right, man, we're going to move on to the next one, man. So if y'all haven't heard the situation between Terence Crawford and Tank Davis, oh, goodness, man. See, this is why I got a problem with Tank, man. Like, so if y'all want to say, y'all want to go to Tank and be like, who he beat, I'll be with y'all. I'll be fucking with y'all. Ryan Garcia is overrated, bro. I've been saying, I told y'all that was gonna be an easy fight, man. Overrated hype job is Ryan Garcia. He's a B- level fighter, guys. B-. I'm not sure he beats Rolly. I'm not sure. Hell, I'm not sure if O'Hara Davies beats Rolly. I'm not sure Ryan Garcia beats O'Hara Davies. Davies only lost to the best at 140. Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall.
Yep.
He's over. Ryan Garcia is highly overrated. So I don't count that as a great win for Tank. The only fight that I really count as a decent win for Tank is fucking Leo Santa Cruz, man. That's it. Then when you look at the fights Tank has had against guys that can box, he's losing the fights outside of Ryan Garcia. Hector Luis Garcia, he was getting pieced up, man. Leo Santa Cruz, he's getting pieced up. Rolly, he's getting pieced up.
Barrios.
Yeah, Barrios is piecing him.
Yeah.
Barrios is a C+ level fighter, in my opinion. Like, Tank Davis right now may be one of the most overrated semi-stars in boxing today, bro. This guy is extremely fucking overrated. And the reason is because he knocks people out. You know, people are going to go back like they do that to Tyson right now. I've seen a lot of comments about Mike Tyson. I actually disagree with him. But a lot of people, if you watch and how they talk about Mike today, you'll see a lot of people say that Mike Tyson was overrated. You know, oh, man, he didn't fight nobody. Mike Tyson fought a bunch of bums and shit like that, right? Okay. I don't agree with him. You know, he's beating champions. You know what I'm saying? These guys that he's beating, they're not bums. TNT Tucker, Mitch Green, right?
Bone Crusher
Smith, Michael Spinks, right? Yeah. Trevor Burbick. These niggas not bums, dog. Hell, Pinklin Thomas ain't a bum. These niggas not bums, dog, right? But however, they didn't. A lot of people, when they go back and look at Mike, they feel like those guys weren't creme de la creme. You see what I'm saying? And Mike didn't fight the Riddick Bows, right? He fought Lennox Lewis later. He didn't fight Ika Biabuchi. He didn't fight David Tua. He didn't fight Chris Berg. He didn't fight neither of the Klitschko's, right? So they look at all that and say, man, Mike was overrated. You see what I'm saying? Hell, even Razor Ruddock wasn't a bum.
Yeah.
Right?
But he wasn't the cream of the crop either, though. That's a good point.
He wasn't cream of the crop. What Razor Ruddock did to Michael Dopes, that was a bad motherfucker at that time.
Yeah, it was.
Right?
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, he wasn't creme de la creme, right? He did fight Frank Bruno, but Frank Bruno was borderline. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of it, and that's another rematch that was terrible. Mike Tyson and Frank Bruno, by the way. That was a bad rematch right there.
I was waiting on
that. A bad fucking rematch right there, bro. We didn't need that.
Frank went into the fight scared.
We did both fights. Yeah, we didn't need that. At the end of the day, bro, I think people are going to look back if, let's say, Tank continues to do what he's doing, fighting opposition that is underneath him and not fighting the guys that he should be fighting who are on his level or maybe a little higher than him. They're going to look back at Tank and realize he was overrated. I really believe that, just like that a lot of them are doing with Mike Tyson. I really believe that. Mike Tyson doesn't deserve that as much as Tank would deserve that 10, 15 years from now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But the shit that Tank Davis is saying, and he's coming out talking about he'll knock Terence Crawford out in 6. Somebody on the show said 5. He said, I got it in 6. Nigga, Terence Crawford would fucking, this motherfucker would dissolve Tank. Tank would become precipitation in the clouds, nigga. This nigga would literally this nigga would go up into the clouds, nigga, come back as rain. This is how bad this nigga would get his ass whooped. Have you ever boiled water in a pot for too long and the water just disappears? That's what would happen to Tank, nigga.
Burned your pot and shit.
Yeah, pot is all black at the bottom and shit. That's what would happen to Tank if he fought Terence Crawford. This nigga would just turn into steam, nigga. Are you kidding me? And people are actually entertaining this shit. You know, it's funny. It's funny to me, bro. Why is it that whenever somebody wins and they win, you know, in tremendous fashion, it's happened the last 2 fights, they bring in Tank. Like Noya anyway beats the dog shit out of Stephen Fulton. All I'm seeing is, oh, you come out to 135 fight Tank. No! He's not going to 135. He probably maxes at 126. Then Terence Crawford beats Errol Spence. Well, they're gonna fight Tank. What's up with it? Who are these niggas? Bruh, like who are they?
I don't know, man. They tripping me out, though. I'll tell you that. They killing me.
I got it, bro.
Who are these niggas?
I don't understand it. Who are they? They all, to me, they sound like, they look like they sound the same. Well, they go fight Tank. Shut up, nigga. Tank is highly overrated. Then, right, Mark, Shakur would beat the dust off of Tank. I got Devin Haney beating Tank. Shit, I got motherfucking Teofimo Lopez beating Tank. These niggas in and around his division that he should have already fought by now. Lomachenko Lomachenko beats Tank. She been running from that nigga since 130. Lomachenko beats Tank. Talking about some Terence Crawford. That's disrespectful. If I'm Terence, nigga, I'm pissed.
I think that's disrespectful.
Highly disrespectful. Tank need to fight one of them names I just mentioned, look good, then fight another name I just mentioned and look good after that. Then we can mention Terence Crawford. But Mario Barrios, Hector Luis Garcia, Ryan Garcia, right? What's the goddamn Puerto Rican dude's name? Jose Pedraza, Francisco Fonseca, Liam Walsh. Are you kidding me? Man, get the fuck, man. What do you think, man? Boxing fans just piss me off sometimes, bro.
Social media, star power of social media.
God.
That's what we're talking about. We're talking about star power of social media. There's no way an intelligent thinking boxing enthusiast, right? I'm gonna say it again. Boxing enthusiast, not a part-timer, not a sometime, not this is my summer job. No, 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 no. Boxing
Yeah,
enthusiast,
for real.
right? Saw Terence Crawford fight Errol Spence and actually thought Tank Davis stood a chance. Nobody saw that, right? The problem that you have here is, and like I say, it goes back to you build these guys up on social media, or you build these guys up with the popularity or with these connections, and then you get now all of a sudden because of that, they get a big win and a big moment. Everybody become prisoner of the moment. Now it's all over. Remember when Ryan Garcia he gets up from being knocked down and stopped Luke Campbell? I'll never forget Chris Fanix talking about something. Oh, Ryan Garcia's on the same level as Manny Pacquiao. He don't have to fight for a belt. What the hell are you talking about? He ain't got to fight for no belt. He beats Luke Campbell. He ain't got to fight for a belt. He's on the same level as Manny Pacquiao from Luke Campbell. Okay, Tank Davis. Understand something? Tank Davis beats Ryan Garcia, and he's the face of boxing. That hit so hard. Even Canelo was like, "Whoa, wait a minute. What the hell is going on here? What the hell? When did I retire?"
Right.
Canelo, wait, what's going on here? So anybody that looks at that, understand one thing. The one thing you guys have to understand is, and 2K said this and said it best, and I'm gonna take my man's. I'm gonna take some of my man said. Okay, Terence Crawford, guys, is walking around with his two chests like this with two hands. It's so heavy. He got so much shit in it, right? He walking right. Fucking Ryan Garcia, he has a lunch pail. He ain't got a lunch pail. Shit, right?
He ain't got that. No, that motherfucker got a Ninja Turtle lunchbox.
Right.
That's what Ryan Garcia got, man.
Right. That motherfucker got this. See what? Nigga got a poncho. He got on like that.
No
right?
compartments or nothing. Just open the motherfucker up. All you got is an open box. That's it.
Right.
That's Ryan Garcia.
That's Ryan Garcia, right? Same thing with Tank. Tank, he got a two, but he's carrying one in one hand, right? So there's no way a dude with this is gonna be the guy that's walking like, man, I need some help. Can one of y'all grab
Yeah.
I need a dolly. I need a dolly for this. Need a dolly for this, please. No, man, no way, man. But like I said, that's just fans. Fans feel that Tank Davis is a money fight, and they like, hey, man, he should fight him. But understand, some PBC's not going to do that. Why would they do that to Tank? If Tank is the money guy, they're not going to do that. Why? For what reason? Tank saying that Tank knows that fight ain't going to happen because he also knows that guess what Bud Crawford is looking at? He's looking at 154. And Tank knows that.
Yeah.
Right. The only time I rock with Tank is when they was talking that Jake Paul shit. He said, man, I'll lay him out. I said, I agree with you.
I agree with you on that. I rock with Clarissa Shields on that shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll beat Jake Paul. I'm like, I see nothing wrong there.
Yeah, right.
Just saying, man.
Yeah. Right. So, man, at the end of the day, man, like I said, that's just fans. That's just fans doing what fans do, man. Whenever a guy wins, they always want to put against a guy who they think is the face of boxing or a big money fight. But it's awfully wild, though, right? Y'all want Tank to do that, but nobody's screaming for Canelo to do better. But you want Tank to do better. But y'all ain't gonna scream for Canelo to do better.
Yeah.
But I digress. Probably that's a topic.
Yeah. Let me get my man Frank Bell. He said, "Bruh, I have to disagree with you about Tank. He has a very patient style. He's looking for holes and mistakes and breaks his opponents down. But against Bud, I agree with you. Tank would get smoked like a Snoop Dogg blunt. Stevenson is the only one that could give him the most trouble. I mean, serious trouble." Hey, Frank, you don't disagree with me. What you just said is what I've been saying, minus the whole the Terence Crawford stuff, for a long time now. I never said Tank Davis sucked. I said Tank Davis is overrated.
Right.
Being overrated means, in this context, he hasn't fought the top fighters to be saying that he could beat Bud Crawford. That's what I'm saying. He's overrated. In terms of how you just said his style is, I don't disagree with that at all. I've actually said that Tank has actually looked better over the years, right? especially against Ryan Garcia. He looked really good against Ryan Garcia.
Actually,
I never said Tank sucked. But you can't tell me, out of the names I just mentioned off this guy's resume, that he should be said to be fighting Bud Crawford. And people are really picking him by knockout. What? They shouldn't even be picking him by knockout against guys in his division. That's where he's overrated, Frank. So actually, you really don't disagree with me. We're on the same page. I'm just articulating it a different way.
Hey, before I move on, let me get this. Let me get my man right here. This is why we say, man, you guys got to pay attention to what we're saying, right? My man Class, he goes, a fraud. What do you say? Oh, a fraud doesn't beat Leo Santa Cruz. A fraud doesn't beat Gamboa. Okay. All right. So first of all, my man already said he gives him credit for beating Leo Santa Cruz.
Sure did.
Like he literally said that.
He wasn't in here. Or
No,
maybe
you
just
couldn't.
paid attention. One or the other.
Right. You wasn't in here. But the Gamboa you talking about was way past his prime. That
Way
Gamboa
past.
he beat was way past.
Took that nigga forever and knock him out too. What was it,
sure
12
did.
rounds, something like that?
Right. But then on top of that, we never called him a fraud.
No,
You
we
just
didn't.
said we never called him a fraud. So
Let me reiterate for the dumb niggas out there. Now, I'm not saying Class you a dumb nigga, but there's a lot of dumb niggas out there that don't understand what I'm saying. So let me say it again.
mhm.
And of course, my man Frank ain't dumb nigga either. That's my guy. So let me say this again. Tank Davis is overhyped because given the guys that he fought up to this point in his career, nobody should be saying he could beat Terence Crawford.
Agreed.
That's all I'm saying.
Agreed. That's it.
It's all good, Class. We got you.
Oh, he was talking to the guy in the comment. All right, man. Bet. Good shit. All right,
But you got to reiterate, and like I ain't talking about anybody in the chat. Y'all in the chat, y'all already good with me. I ain't fucking with y'all. But
right.
when we do the playback, I already know I'm gonna see comments. Oh man, Tank ain't overrated, man. Man, he beat Francisco Fonseca. Y'all don't know shit about boxing, man. Francisco Fonseca, that dude, man. He good, bro.
Man, look. You know what? I'm gonna end it with this right here. I ain't gonna even say nothing. I'm just gonna end it with this right here. Hey, Tank, I want to fight. Tank. I want to fight. I'm just gonna end it with that.
What's
right
that boy
there.
named? Tevin Campbell.
Tevin, right?
Fuck
Frank. Hey, Tank, come on,
exactly.
man. You just ain't gonna hit me and walk away. That ain't gonna happen, man.
Tank should have fought Tevin Campbell. I know his real name, but he don't get his real name back right now. He should have been in the ring. This nigga had 17 canceled fights with Mickey fucking Bay. How you gonna cancel your fight 19 times with Mickey Bay, nigga? Come on. Y'all niggas could have fought in the backyard and had your wife tape it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking wife could have taped the fight, Bo, and put it on YouTube, nigga. Tevin Campbell and fucking Mickey Bay should have been fought. He don't get his name back until he get back in the ring, man. Motherfucker putting up Instagram videos. Yeah, nigga, world champion loading. No, nigga, I don't see nothing loading, nigga. I see it stuck. It's stuck. It ain't loading. I see that blue screen when your computer restart for no reason. I see that.
Yo, and we fucks with Tevin. So there y'all go. We get on everybody over here, Three Kings. All right, man.
Shout out to Tevin Farmer, man. He a cool dude, but dog,
really
like
is,
both said, we get on everybody, man. Fuck it, man.
It really is.
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is, man. And speaking of it is what it is, man. So as you guys know, you out there, Floyd Mayweather's floating around. He had a little bit of advice to Errol Spence. He said, if I was somebody that was, with Errol Spence in his corner, I would not let him fight at 147. Hell, I wouldn't even let him fight at 154. He would either fight at 160 or maybe even 168. Now, the 168 is a stretch. I don't think Earl, no. 168, no. Boys is big up there, Floyd. They're a little bit big up there at 168. But I agree with this. Earl should not be fighting at 147. We've said this before. Errol Spence needs to be at 154. That's where he needed to be, right? Because at the end of the day, again, take nothing away from Terence Crawford. I don't think it would have made a difference, like we said, 154, 160. Crawford beats him. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we can maybe question about what the performance would have been like, but even with and let me say this because I want to go back to some Prodigy you said a couple shows ago. Even if you want to say cutting the weight was hard for him, cutting the weight is only hard as far as your ability of when it comes to punch resistance. But it has nothing to do with your timing. It has nothing to do with your counter punching. It has nothing to do with your footwork. Those things are off. Why? Because you're taking too long of a layoff to get back in the ring. That's why those things were off. Okay. So fighting at 154, maybe Earl wouldn't have got brutalized and face been all puffed up like it was. He probably could have took the punches better. But Crawford still would have beat him, man. But
I think Floyd is saying the reason why he needs to move up is so that he can be comfortable. I mean, you know, I didn't really see the full interview because when Floyd talks, nigga, I get sleepy. But
let me
right.
I see it. I see it. I like both guys.
Right.
Both guys. But for me, how I see it.
Damn, nigga, hurry up, man. I was wide awake before I watched this interview. Nigga dozing off and shit. You know, you get that head is rocking.
Right.
Sitting in the chair, listening to that interview, head rocking back and forth and shit. So I can't listen to Floyd for too long, man. But I get it. I get what he's saying to a degree. He's trying to say that Errol Spence needs to go to a division where he's comfortable. He doesn't think 154 he's comfortable enough because it's only 7 pounds. He thinks he's more comfortable at a 16-pound difference or maybe even a 14-pound difference, right? From 16 from fucking or 14 from 154, excuse me. So math was all off and shit. 14-pound difference from 154. So he's talking about between 160 and 168. I mean, I don't know, man. I haven't seen enough from Errol Spence in terms of him being drained repeatedly to say that he can't fight at 154. You see what I'm saying? I think that him going to 154 is fine because it and I get it. 154 is the limit. You can't go past 154. So it'd have to be literally between 148 and 153, and then 154 being the max, right?
Right.
I get what he's saying, but I'd like to see what he looks like in that division first.
I agree with that.
His first fight at 154, if he still looks drained, then yes, you need to go to 160. You see what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
If he's uncomfortable and he's still, you know, having to get that dietitian or that nutritionist or whatever to make his food a certain way because he still can't keep himself comfortably underweight at 154, then yeah, he needs to move up to 160. But right now, I don't see enough because I don't think Errol Spence was drained against Ugas. Yeah. And that was his last fight before Terence Crawford, right?
Right.
I don't think he was drained against Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. I don't think he was drained against any of those guys. Mikey Garcia. The first time I've ever seen Errol Spence drained was against Terence Crawford. So maybe a few extra pounds may do the trick. Maybe he doesn't need to gain, you know, another 13 pounds from 147 to get into the 160 division. Maybe it just only needs to be like 5 or 6, right? 5 pounds, put him at 152, 6, put him at 153. Maybe that might be it, bro. So I got to see that first before I pass judgment and say, yeah, this nigga needs to be at 160, 168. Now, does he have the frame? Yeah. Errol Spence got the frame. Met him in person, talked to him several times. He's got the frame.
Yeah, he does.
He could fight at 160 for sure. 168, I'm not sure. But he could definitely fight at 160, 100%. And 160 is it's a barren, dry land. Hell, yeah. Danny Garcia is talking about going to 160, fight Erislandy Lara. I think Errol Spence could absolutely do the same thing, right? In terms of Terence Crawford, it don't matter where Terence Crawford fighting nigga, it's over.
I agree with that.
Sometimes, bro, somebody just has your number. They just have your number. It didn't matter if Errol Spence was drained. It didn't matter if Errol Spence had tune-ups. I think that if he had tune-ups or had fought before Terence Crawford and didn't wait 16 months before he fought Terence Crawford, I think the fight would have gone the distance. I don't think he would have got knocked out. And same thing if he wasn't drained.
Right.
I think the fight would have gone the distance. Terence Crawford still would have won it.
Right.
I'm picking Terence Crawford no matter what for 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? But I think it would have went the distance. The punches wouldn't have been so impactful to Errol Spence's, to his body. And he would have been able to absorb the damage much better if he wasn't drained and he was active. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it still would have been a Terence Crawford win, but it would have went the distance. Doesn't matter what weight they fight at, dog. Terence Crawford just has his number, bro.
I agree with that 100%. And I'm gonna add this on here too before we go on. Is you guys got to understand something. Pride is what got in Errol Spence's way, because he held that grudge against Keith Thurman so hard that even with the possibility of fighting Keith Thurman 154, he didn't want to do that, and he should have done that.
Yeah.
Right. That's pride. That's like, oh, I'm gonna hold this against you because when I was coming up, this is what you said to me. You should have went on and done it. Right. Just like we talk about no Nino Donaire. I'm not fighting you. You insulted my wife. Nah, man. You should. Nah, man. Nah, man. And didn't that dude say it's up to my wife if I?
Man, come on, man.
I'm gonna leave Donaire alone.
Leave him alone, man. Leave him alone. Wasn't it John Rail Casamaro's team?
Yeah.
Somebody off his team? Yeah.
Yeah.
Donaire, man. Yeah. We're not gonna get on Donaire, man. Leave him alone, man.
I'm gonna leave him alone, man.
He said his wife decides if he fights again. I mean,
right.
No, man. Leave him alone, bro.
You know what, though? I feel it.
I don't.
I feel it, man, because I had to ask my wife, could I do the show? You know, the one that's not here no more.
Then you're no longer Three Kings.
Right.
Let me write your pink slip up right now. Your wife told you what you can and can't do. Let me write your pink slip up right now.
Yeah, just stand right here at the bottom. But it's blank. Don't worry about it. We'll fill it in later.
Right.
Right here at the bottom. We'll fill it in later, bro. Stand right there at the bottom.
Word up, man.
I'm just saying, man, you gotta be careful what you say around us, man. You can't just say certain things. Between him and Sean Point, I don't know who worse. Probably.
Oh my God! Man.
I don't know who worse, man. Asking for permission to give a scorecard,
man. That's a whole nother conversation, man. That's a whole nother conversation. Man. We gonna let people live tonight, man. I got to get to the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're gonna let them dudes live tonight, man.
Good. So speaking of gyms, go ahead.
Y'all know what it is, man. Moving on to the next one, dog. Bruh. Let me talk to my nigga, man. I'm gonna say, hey, go get him. You know who I'm talking about, Bo. Go get my mans, bro. Shadasia. I don't know why her name is. I'm sorry, his name is Shadasia. Should be like, I don't know, Cedric. I'm gonna call it Cedric.
Oh, that's
talk to my man Cedric.
That's messed
with an S.
With an S. Cedric. With the S.
We all won tonight, man. Shout out to Shadasia Green, man. Good person, good dude. I mean, woman. But she's not ready, bro. She's not ready, bro.
No, man.
She's not ready, man. What I saw this past weekend, in her co-main event fight of the main event of Amanda Serrano and Heather Hardy 2, she's not ready, dog.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to my man Beast LFC, put $5 on it. She's not ready, dog.
No, she's not.
Clarissa Shields beats the shit out of her, man. She don't beat the shit out of her like knocking her out or anything like that.
Right.
But it's a 10-round walk around, bro. Or 10-round walkover, let me say that. Clarissa just pretty much just the only thing that I see there is if Clarissa gets in her feelings and wants to try to show the people that Shadasia Green's power is not, it basically tries to show them it doesn't affect her and sits in the pocket.
Right.
But if she's smart and just stays on the outside and boxes, provides angles to a very slow, very flat-footed Shadasia Green, that's easy work. 10 rounds. 10 rounds is 0, dog. Now, what's the girl's name? Olivia Curry?
Yes.
People were crying robbery, and I'm going to tell you why they cried robbery. It absolutely wasn't a robbery. There's two reasons why they cried robbery. Number one, because the judges, I think only one judge gave Olivia Curry 1 round. I think the other judges said it was a 10-0 walkover by Shadasia Green, which it absolutely was not.
No, it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? The other reason is because Shadasia Green has been pushed as this boogie woman, as this powerful ass being, this woman that's knocking motherfuckers out, which you really haven't seen much of that since Lucia Riker and Ann Wolfe, right?
Yep.
Knocking people out the way that Shadasia Green has been putting motherfuckers on their ass. So people, I could tell you right now, tuned into that shit, bro.
Yeah, they did.
To see how Shadasia Green would look against really what should have been a tune-up. Now, I understand Olivia Curry is a Golden Gloves champion in her native state. However, bro, the level at which they're talking about Shadasia Green, you gotta knock her the fuck out, bro.
Yes.
She's gotta go. She's gotta go to sleep in that ring, man. What's your boy's name with the pillow? Sleepy Time from Chicago.
Greer.
Joshua Greer Jr. Somebody take that nigga's pillow and give it to Olivia Curry. That's how it should have been.
Oh.
But that's not what happened. Not only did that not happen, Olivia Curry probably won 3 rounds.
Yep.
That's really why they're crying robbery. Any motherfucker that's saying it was a robbery because they thought Olivia Curry won, tell them to go watch tennis. Boxing's not the sport that they need to be watching. Shadasia Green won the fight, but she did not walk over Olivia Curry. She had trouble. She had trouble in the early rounds. Then she went into beating the dog shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was beating the hell out of her. And Olivia Curry just had probably one of the best chins I've seen in women's boxing for a while, man. Just wouldn't go down, no matter what.
No matter what.
Right? So that was the problem. Wouldn't go down, just kept coming. Shadasia Green got winded. That's another problem. You're getting tired by round 6? So let me look at, so you're flat-footed, you keep your head on the center line, you lack extreme amounts of defense. I mean, your defense is just it's just not there at all, man.
Yeah.
You're looking for the 1-2 all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? She's coming with that overhand right hook. You see that shit being telegraphed from New Mexico, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And you have stamina issues. So I just counted 5 things on my hand that are major issues if you get in the ring with a Clarissa Shields right now. Bo, she needs not only one fight, she needs another fight after that, another fight after that. Hell, just throw in another fight after that. I'm saying, 2K saying to you right now, Shadasia, a.k.a. Cedric Green, needs 4 fights before she can even think about getting in the ring with Clarissa Shields, guys. What do you think about this shit, man?
I think she needs the same amount of fight. Like, I think she needs to just step aside and let Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall fight. Because I don't think she beat Savannah Marshall. Understand something? Savannah Marshall has a jab on her that just don't quit. That girl got a jab. Savannah Marshall has good ring IQ. Hell, Savannah Marshall does not get tired at all. And Savannah Marshall shows that, hey, she can take a punch, even though Clarissa ain't the hardest punch, but Savannah Marshall was taking him. So Savannah Marshall is no pushover either as well. I don't think Savannah Marshall beats her to the same level because Savannah Marshall athleticism isn't on the same level as Clarissa Shields. But I definitely think Savannah Marshall would definitely win. I think she would win out of a 10-round fight. Savannah Marshall wins 7, if not 8. And that's just off of her boxing IQ and boxing ability, fighting behind that jab. Because the one thing we saw from Olivia Curry is when she kept that jab in the face, and understand, Olivia Curry did something that was very, very smart. She took advantage of one thing that Shadasia Green does not have. So the comparison, and this is what I see what Clarissa Shields said when she said there's only one Ann Wolfe. The aggression of Ann Wolfe is what made her who she was. Yeah. She was probably as a female fighter, she was probably the best off the front foot aggressive fighter that could fight on the inside that I've ever seen. Okay. And that's the one thing Shadasia's mission is, that aggressive nature to come forward and looks to counter.
I was hoping, me and my wife sitting there watching the fight. I was hoping she would turn into an aggressive Ann. You had Ann Wolfe in your fucking corner. And she, before the fight, is slitting her throat and shit. Like, you know, like At least Olivia Curry ain't lasting 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And this is what you do. Like
Yeah.
you have heavy ass hands. Both of your hands are heavy. You got a nice uppercut, you got a nice 1-2, and you got a nice overhand right. Why are you not walking these girls down? Why are you on the balls of your feet, backing up, trying to fight off the back foot like you're some sort of boxer? No, listen. Who the fuck is training her? It ain't Ann Wolf. She was just in her corner.
Yeah.
Who's some little fat nigga that look like he eat chicken all day? That's who looked like he was training her, dog. Some little short ass fat nigga in the behind her. That dude. Listen, when you go to a boxing gym, right? What they do to you is your first time in there. What a real trainer does. Hey man, so who's your favorite fighter? They talk to you like that. Who's your favorite fighter, right? But this is real shit. It didn't just happen to you. It happened to me too.
Right.
Who's your favorite fighter? Oh, you know, so and such. Okay, yeah, you know. Well, let's see what you can do. You'll throw some punches at the heavy bag. They won't let you in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You'll hit the heavy bag. They'll say, man, just go to town on the heavy bag. You'll do some shit on the heavy bag. Then they'll bring you back and say, all right, man, you're not a boxer. You have a good short right hook to the body, or you got a good uppercut on the inside. We're going to teach you how to fight on the inside. You're going to be a guy that walks people down. You don't have the arm length to be a boxer from the outside, or you're too tall to be trying to fight on the inside. You need to be on the outside. They'll tell you all that shit. What that trainer failed to do with Shadasia Green was tell her, you got so much power, you could generate more of it if you're at close range walking people the fuck down. Not on your back foot trying to jab and dance around the fucking ring and you're slow as molasses.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need time to get you to that point.
Great.
She can't fight like that, bro. Sitting there waiting on counter-punching opportunities against someone like Clarissa Shields.
No.
I'm not saying she don't land one. What I'm saying is you may land a flush one after you've been getting your ass whooped 7-8 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And if that one flush one don't knock her out, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Now she could take your punch.
Yep.
So how are you supposed to get her out of there the remaining 3 fucking rounds?
Yep.
See, that's how I see that fight going right now. She's sitting there waiting, trying to get Clarissa Shields, bait her into a counterpunching opportunity, and just can't do it for like 6 or 7, maybe even 8 rounds.
Right.
That trainer failed to tell her what her strengths were, what her weaknesses were, and tried to tailor her style around her fucking strengths. That's what he failed to do. So now you got a slow-ass, flat-footed, slow-punching Shadasia Green sitting there in a shoulder roll at mid-range and outside trying to jab and box and move around the ring. Oh, my fucking God, bro. I was appalled by what I saw. And I'm appalled by who the fuck her trainer is and what he's doing with her. At the end of the day, she needs to ask Ann Wolf to train her. Don't come make an appearance. Train me. I need to be you. Because honestly, the power that she has, this could definitely be a modern day Layla Ali versus Ann Wolf, but it could be one that we actually get. We didn't get that back then in the 90s and early 2000s, right?
No, we didn't.
But it could be a Layla Ali versus Ann Wolf that we actually get. But Shadasia is going to have to change her style because the way she fights right now, that is not going to get her. It might not even get her to beat Savannah, bro. I'm not sure she beat Savannah Marshall, dog.
I'm not sure about it either, bro.
Go find Cruz Dezern and fight her. I'm serious, bro.
I'm with you on that one because, you know, here's the thing. The aggressive nature of Cruz Dezern will make her think about some shit.
Right.
And because I'm, you know, it's crazy, right? Because it's a huge drop-off from what we saw in the Setterus fight, right? It's a huge drop-off. What we saw in the Setterus fight, everybody thought she's ready because of how she did it. But I'm sitting back looking at this fight that I saw, and I'm like, what was Franchon worried about?
Nope.
What were you so worried about? Now, granted, I don't think, you know, it was a bigger payday for you to fight Savannah Marshall. But that was a winnable fight, in my opinion. That Shadasia Green we saw, that was winnable for you.
Yeah.
Very winnable for you because, number one, you are aggressive. Number two, you have a better chin, in my opinion, than Olivia Curry. So it'd be hard for her to rock you. Hell, like you said, we saw a dude on steroids hit you and then wobble your legs.
You talking about Dezern?
Yeah.
Yeah, knock the goddamn wig out her fucking head, bro.
Right.
DAZN is a real nigga.
Right.
I mean, she might, dress a certain way and may think she got the nickname Diva. No. That's a real
Right.
nigga right there. Met her in
Real.
person. Talked to her,
Exactly.
interviewed her. That's a nigga, bro.
Yeah. Okay. And her aggression, her come forward style, and her chin would have gave you something to think about.
Yep.
Would have gave you. So I would have loved to see how do you respond, because you got to listen. The one thing Savannah Marshall did was you got to get Franchon off your ass. Clarissa had to do the same thing. You got to get Franchon off your ass.
Yep.
So it would have been good to see if you're hitting this chick, what would happen. She should have took that fight, but I'm glad she had this fight. The problem with being a power puncher, and it happens all the time, is when you fail to knock someone out. You guys go to Three Kings. I said this. When you fail to knock out somebody, something no one ever know, no one doesn't know. When you fail to do that, that's when all these questions come into play. But her problem isn't just the fact that she failed to knock out Curry. Hell, even if she failed to knock out Curry, like for example, Amanda Serrano failed to knock out Heather Hardy, but she beat her up for 10 goddamn rounds.
Right.
She didn't even do that,
20.
2K.
Beat her up for 20 rounds.
20
Beat Heather Hardy's ass 20 rounds, man.
20 rounds,
Crazy.
right? Exactly. But she failed to do that, 2K. She failed to actually definitively beat this chick to the point where, like you said, cats are screaming robbery because of the scorecard. So she failed to definitively like Curry's face should have been all bloodied up and messed up. Like she should have looked like, like Mark Lawrence's face looked after he fought Tommy Hearns. That's how Curry face should look. We'd have been like, yeah, all right. She didn't knock out, but man,
she beat the shit out of her.
Beat the shit out of her.
I didn't walk away with that. Like a few of those rounds, I was like, ooh, goddamn, ooh. But then it went back to her getting pieced up again and shit.
Yep.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
So yeah, dog. Yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, man, yeah, leave Clarissa Shields alone for at least 4 fights.
Agreed. Step aside, Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields, undisputed versus undisputed rematch.
Exactly. Frank Bell said Ann Wolf is my sister. Talked to her last week. Hey man, tell Ann Wolf that she needs to train her then, bro.
Yeah, she does.
If you that close to Ann, you need to tell Ann to get Shadasia Green down to Austin if she's still in Austin, so she can fucking train with her, bro. That would be the best thing for Shadasia Green right now, man. The next 3 or 4 fights, she's training with Ann fucking Wolf. That'd be the best thing for Shadasia, because that is the best chance she has against Clarissa Shields, is if she becomes an aggressive, come forward fighter and is able to cut off the ring too. That's the best chance she has against Clarissa. Right now, the way she fights, that's a dog walk, man.
Yeah, 100% agreed. All right, man, here we go, man. This is this is the one I've been waiting on. This one me and my man Prodigy was talking about. So the thing that always happens is everybody become prisoners of the moment in boxing, right? Terence Crawford dominated Errol Spence. No one saw it coming. We didn't think it was going to happen. He dominated the guy that typically dominate everybody else. And Prodigy, man, you might get mad at me, man, but I'm finna do it, right? Y'all know what Terence Crawford essentially did, right? Okay, you got Keith Thurman, you got Sean Porter, you got Danny Garcia. They all in the corner like, oh, here's Earl. And Crawford come up, what's wrong? What y'all scared of? What, that? All right, man. All right, man. Go in the house.
Don't scare this fool for, man. That was easy. Y'all niggas scared of this nigga for no reason. That's terrible, man.
That's what he essentially did. Like, what? Now go in the house. Now y'all go in the house. That's what he did, man, right? But here's the thing, though. When people become prisoners of the moment, they start saying things. You got people out there saying that Terence Crawford is the greatest of all time in the welterweight division. They're saying welterweight division.
Wait a minute. Better than Sugar Ray Robinson?
G-O-A-T.
Wait. Better than Homicide Hank?
G-O-A-T.
Wait. Better than Kid Gavilan?
G-O-A-T.
Wait. Better than Sugar Ray Leonard?
Of all time, dog.
Because
that's what
he
they
beat
say.
Errol Spence?
Because he beat Errol Spence. They saying he's the greatest of all time. And I have a problem with that big time. Terence Crawford may not even be top 10 in greatest of all time welterweights on my list, bro. I'm just being honest with y'all, man. Because here's the thing, right? And again, you guys be prisoner of the moments. And it's not to say that Earl didn't beat guys. I get it. But you can't look at Amir Khan. You can't give me Kell Brook. You can't give me Jeff, whoever the fuck, Australia.
Jeff
You
Horn.
can't. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Right.
You know, the motherfucker that couldn't work out in heat. You can't give me him.
Yeah.
You know, Jose Benavidez Jr. You can't give me these guys. Either these are Kavliaskis. You can't give me these guys and say greatest of all time.
It's a lineal champion thing, bro. Errol Spence was beating up everybody in the welterweight division, with the exception of Keith Thurman and Boots Ennis. Really is all that was left, right?
Yep.
Boots came later. You know what I'm saying? So really all that was left was Keith Thurman. But Keith Thurman lost to Manny Pacquiao, who lost to Ugas, who Errol beat Ugas. So that kind of eliminates Keith Thurman in that situation, right?
Yep.
So it's a lineal championship mindset. That's why I say this whole lineal concept is fucking flawed, bruh. Like, but they have that lineal championship concept in mind when they say Terence Crawford is the greatest welterweight because of what Errol Spence was able to do and how Crawford just annihilated Errol Spence. It automatically means Crawford would have annihilated Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao as well. You see what I'm saying? Mikey Garcia too, if you want to throw him in there. But that's what that essentially means to these guys that are saying that, and that means so much to them that he is really the pinnacle of the welterweight division. Then there's the magnitude of this fight, right? They're looking at the magnitude of this fight, what it was for. Yeah. You got two top 5 pound for pound fighters, and it was for undisputed, as you mentioned. They get a little head over heels, nigga, when trying to judge how good a fighter really is. Let me tell you guys something, man. Sugar Ray Leonard is not the greatest welterweight of all time, but Terence Crawford doesn't even pass him. Let me repeat that. Sugar Ray Leonard is not Sugar Ray Robinson. I'm not talking about Robinson. I went to second Ezra's comment as I said it.
Right.
I'm not talking about Sugar Ray Robinson, right? Sugar Ray Leonard is not the greatest welterweight of all time, but Terence Crawford doesn't even surpass him. I got 2 fights at welterweight, and I'm not even going to mention Roberto Duran. Niggas is like, oh, Roberto Duran. Nope, not him. Wilfred Benitez and Tommy Hearns. Wilfred Benitez was 38-0 when Sugar Ray Leonard and him got in the ring.
Yep, I remember that.
That fight was literally, at that time, as high stakes as Crawford Spence, guys. It was literally that, even though it wasn't for undisputed, those 2 guys were at the top of the welterweight division, bro.
Remember that, man.
That fight was that serious at that time.
Yeah, it was.
Sugar Ray Leonard knocked that nigga the fuck out. Okay. Let's move up to Tommy Hearns. Wait a minute. You talking about Sugar Ray Leonard had 2 fights that were extremely popular as Terence Crawford and Errol Spence? Yes, he did. He had 2 fights that were this popular and at this magnitude. Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns was undefeated.
Yep.
Sugar Ray Leonard knocked that nigga the fuck out.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So while y'all are talking about Terence Crawford beating up and knocking out Errol Spence because of how high of a magnitude of that fight was, right? How important that fight was. I will submit that Wilfred Benitez and Tommy Hearns, both against Sugar Ray Leonard, were just as important at that time.
Yeah.
And Leonard has 2 of those types of wins on his resume. I'm not even going to go to Sugar Ray Robinson. I mean,
that's not fair.
That's not fair, bro.
That's not fair, man.
Sugar Ray Robinson is the greatest welterweight of all time.
Of all time.
That's my man Second Ezra said, right?
That's not even fair.
That's like, no disrespect to Crawford, dog. But that's like looking at Trae Young and saying he's better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, for real. For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Robinson at welterweight and Terence Crawford at welterweight, nigga. We're not talking about Crawford at 135 or Crawford at 140. We're talking about welterweight, bruh. That's literally looking at fucking shit, Jason Tatum, and saying he's better than Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, right.
Stop.
Ben Simmons is better than Kobe Bryant.
Right.
I'm not going to take the great. I'm going to take Kobe Bryant. Ben Simmons is better than Kobe Bryant.
Rudy Gobert is better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Stop. All right. All right, Chica, you being mean now, man. You just being mean, dog. That's just being mean, man.
But come on, dog.
Being mean.
Come on, man. Like he's not even. I'm looking at Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather's not the greatest welterweight of all time. I don't even think Floyd is in the top. If you think about it, we're talking about 147 guys.
Yeah, he's not in top 5. He's not in top 5.
I don't think he's top 7. Maybe Floyd might not be top 10. You got to think about it, right?
Yep.
147 guys. That's Robert Guerrero, Virgil Ortiz, Marcos Maidana twice.
Yep.
Right? Zab Judah, that's a good one, but he had just lost to Carlos Baldomir. Then you got Baldomir, Shane Mosley, Sharmba Mitchell. I think that's it. Ricky Hatton.
Ricky Hatton was at 147. Yeah.
I think that's it.
And Pacquiao.
I forgot about Pac. So the Pacquiao fight puts him probably in the top 8.
Yeah.
The Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
Pacquiao, Ricky Hatton, but Ricky Hatton was more of a 140 guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we're talking about 140, Ricky Hatton is up there and possibly one of the top 15 guys of what they've done at 140, right?
Right.
But you think of Zab Judah, maybe Ricky Hatton, throw him in there because it was at 147, and then Floyd took his O. And Manny Pacquiao and Shane Mosley. That could put him in the top 8. That's better than Terence Crawford.
Yeah, it is. It is, man. Way better than Terence Crawford. I mean, listen, man, we was talking about this earlier, right? We can name, there's a lot. We talking welterweights, right? I'm not high on cats like Donald Curry. But Donald Curry did some work at 147.
He did. Cotto was at 154.
Yeah,
Marquez is another one. Yeah.
Right. Marquez
was at 147. But again, Marquez is a smaller dude.
And Floyd came in overweight for that fight. That's why I don't give him credit for that.
Yeah, right. Marquez wasn't a 147 pounder like that.
No, he wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Cotto was at 154. Exactly. So
Cotto, De La Hoya, they were at 154.
Yeah, Mayweather probably down there at 10, man. Honestly, but go ahead. My bad, Bo. Go ahead.
No, you right. So you got, like we said, Donald Curry. Like say Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Wilfredo Benitez. There's so many dudes. Lloyd Hunnigan, Mark Breland. There's so many dudes, man. I can look at the hey, man.
All them niggas is B-level fighters. Man, Terence Crawford better than Lloyd Hunnigan. Maurice Blocker.
But his resume. His resume.
Them niggas is so inconsistent. Mark Breland.
Listen, I'll give you
Simon Brown.
I give you that. They were inconsistent as hell. They were the most inconsistent. Who is it that he beats Blocker and then loses to Aaron Davis? Like I never heard of this.
That's fucking Mark Breland.
Right. I never heard of this guy. I never heard of this dude, right? How do you beat these guys? But when you look at the work that they put in, I listen, this is where I will agree with you at, right? And me and you talked about this, man. And a lot of these guys, you guys are going to be mad. The 80s had a lot of P-level guys winning titles. They really did, guys. A lot of them guys, because they were so inconsistent in the 80s. A lot of them B-level guys was winning titles. But when you look at the body of work that they've done, fighting each other, taking undefeated fighters who was, like I think Lloyd Hunnigan was just running through the division and somebody took his title. Just took his O. A lot of these guys, their resumes.
Jorge Vaca.
Yep.
That's who
Jorge
took his
Vaca
L.
is one. Man, don't even get me started on him, man.
Jorge Vaca knocked out Mark Breland too.
Sure did.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking inconsistent, man.
Yeah, yeah, way too inconsistent. Back in the 80s at 147, right? But when we talking about greatest of all time, like my man said, man, I forgot about Kit Gavin.
Kit Gavilan lost to fucking Sugar Ray Robinson and then became one of the greatest welterweights of all time after that. That's how bad of a motherfucker Sugar Ray Robinson was, bro.
Exactly.
Tommy Hearns, hey, Corey, go back and look at Tommy Hearns at 147. He wasn't that good, dog. Go look at his resume. Tommy Hearns is beating up a lot of bum-ass niggas at 147, man. His one big fight was Sugar Ray Leonard, and he got knocked out. Then he moved up to 154. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Hearns was like, shit, 30-0. But if you look at them niggas at 147, there's a lot of bum niggas on his resume, dog.
Right. Trinidad actually did decent work.
Trinidad did decent work. He did.
Oscar did. Ike Corte, Obakar. Oscar did good work at 147, man.
He did.
See what I'm saying? So when y'all say the greatest of all time, y'all got to understand who y'all talking to, man. Y'all got to hold on, man. Mama J.L. Davis is wrong.
Hey, no, he's right, though. I was thinking that shit earlier today. I was like, man, why was the 80s so inconsistent? Oh, them niggas, that's when crack came out. That's when it wasn't coke, Jay, it was crack.
It was crack.
Crack rock. That's when that shit came out.
What's my man name? They said Aaron Pryor didn't lose in the ring. He lost up his nose. That's what, yeah. Well, I mean that was the reason behind that. But you absolutely right. But still though, when you start, man, when y'all say greatest of all time, man, y'all got to be careful with that because, like 2K said, with Fredo Benitez, that's not even counting Duran, and that's not even counting Duran.
Not even counting Duran, dog.
Just Fredo Benitez and Tommy Hearns. But Fredo Benitez alone, like, takes up everybody except Errol Spence. Then you throw in Tommy Hearns. Okay, that's it. Okay, wipe out. Right?
I mean, somebody put Jose Napoles in here. Yeah, Jose Napoles was beating all the top welterweights. He beat Emil Griffith. Emil Griffith's a Hall of Famer, nigga. Emil Griffith in his own right was a great welterweight.
Jose Napoles beat 3 Hall of Famers.
Exactly.
He beat 3 of them. Beat 3 of them.
Man, come on, man. Man, Terence. The question's not even is he the greatest of all time. That's obviously not the case. When you got Sugar Ray Robinson sitting in that division, I mean, you got Sugar Ray Robinson, Homicide, Hank, Jose Napoles, and shit sitting in that division. He's obviously not the greatest of all time at welterweight, right?
No.
The question is he even top 15, bro? Is he even top 15?
You know what? Because of and this is weird. This is where the whole what we talking about, the inconsistency of these fighters, it works against them. Is he top 15? I would put him in top 15, and here's why. You just mentioned it. A lot of those guys was inconsistent, losing to cats that no one ever heard of. Crawford didn't even struggle with dudes that we never heard of. He blew them out the water. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like the one time that Kazyaskis got brave and landed some, it was like it was like that movie. You trying to embarrass me on TV? Huh? Great White Hype. Right. You trying to embarrass me on TV? Crawford did that little jump up. Pop, pop, got the whooping on Kaliaskis and shit. That's exactly what he did. Okay. David Avanesian. Right. And I don't even count that. That was a money grab. So I'll give you David Avanesian. So because of the inconsistency of a lot of those guys, and we saw how they look, he would be in my top 15.
Boom, Corey. Shout out to my man Corey Cunningham, 3 Kings Boxing contributor, man. Hit the nail on the fucking head. And this was the answer I was waiting to hear you say. It's hard to compare eras when this era they struggle to fight twice a year. That is the reason why Floyd Mayweather is not in my top 5 greatest fighters of all time. This is why Terence Crawford is not in my top 15 greatest welterweights of all time because they don't fight enough today. Floyd had 50 fights. Dog, if Floyd would have had like 60 or 70 fights and won them all against the same kind of competition he's been fighting. I mean, he fought like 24, 26 world champions or former world champions.
Yep.
If he would have kept that going, but up to like 60 to 70 fights, dog, that's hard to deny Floyd as a top 5 greatest fighter of all time. That's the problem of today's era. They don't fight enough. I get it. It's prize fighting. You don't want to get your ass whooped and you want to go home, be with your family and you know, take care of your brain, all that. I get it. But that's what that's pretty much the sacrifice you're making. Because guys of yesteryear, these niggas was fighting, man.
Yeah.
And they were fighting the best of the best. Yes, they had bums on their resume. That's because they were fighting 8, 9, 10 times a fucking year.
Yeah.
But they also gave you the fights that you wanted to see. Sugar Ray Robinson didn't give me Charlie Burley. But at the end of the day, he did give you other.
He's the only one.
Yeah, he did give you other murderers row motherfuckers on his resume. Right? So at the end of the day, bro, these guys were fighting. That is my biggest gripe about today's era. They fight maybe 40 fights. And then around that, you know, shit, I say 30, nigga, 35. They're like, about to retire. Think about it. You got 30 fights and niggas is only fighting twice a year. That's 15 years, bro. Of course, it doesn't really amount to that, but because early in their careers, you know, they're putting up 4 or 5 fights a year.
Yeah.
But
of course,
take out the first 2 years, bro. That's like a good, 9 years, bro, worth of fighting. These guys are done after that, man, in today's era.
Yeah, they are.
About 9, 10 years in the game, going on like 10 to 15 years, these guys are like, hey, man, I'm about done. And you look at their goddamn record, it's like 32 and 0. Like, wait a minute, nigga. You're about done at 32 and 0?
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
That's why Terence Crawford can't be in the top 10. Can't be in the top 15. Outside of the fact that his resume at welterweight doesn't warrant the shit whatsoever. He hasn't fought enough. Especially at welterweight. I need him to beat Boots, Keith Thurman, right?
Yeah, run the table.
Ortiz. Yeah, he needs to run the table.
Run the tables.
Because that's what those guys who were the best at welterweight were doing. Running the fucking table. So you just beat Errol Spence and walk out the division or the sport? No, that's not enough. Great fighter. Awesome fighter.
Yep.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, exactly.
Undisputed champion in 2 divisions. But not top 15 in welterweight. Nope. Not at all. And it's an easy for me to say. Not at all. Just like Floyd. Great fighter. One of the smartest fighters in boxing history. Probably the smartest. When people ask me about Floyd and they say, you know, where do you rank Floyd overall? I say, man, overall, probably not really top 10 overall, maybe top 10 overall. Somewhere I got to do a list. Definitely top 15 overall, right? But when I say I follow up with this, but he is top 3, the smartest fighter in boxing history. Floyd's mind is fucking ridiculous, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was.
Up there with Willie Pep, right? I can't remember my other guy. I forgot his name, man. Defensive fighter from, I think he was from Argentina. That's his name, but I forgot his name right now. But yeah, that's Nicolino Luce.
Right, Luce. Right, that's right.
Nicolino Luce.
Yeah. El Intocable.
Yep. Is he, you know, he's one of the greatest defensive fighters of all time. Absolutely. Top 5. Pernell Whitaker's in there with him, right? What's my man? Light heavyweight. I forgot his name. Nah,
Michael Spinks.
Nah, defensive guy. Benny Leonard. Benny Leonard.
Damn, 2K. I forgot all about him.
Nicolino Luce. Defensive fighters of all time. Greatest defensive fighters of all time. Benny Leonard was defensive and he'd knock you the fuck out.
Yeah.
But greatest of all time didn't fight enough. Didn't fight enough. So that's how I feel about Terence Crawford. Run the table, then we could talk about possibly top 10, man. But these guys of yesteryear, they were dominating, man. Like I said, Sugar Ray Leonard's probably at somewhere at like number 4 or 5. You know, maybe even number 3 at welterweight. Who knows? But Terence Crawford don't even come close to Sugar Ray Leonard right now. He's not even coming close, bro.
You know what? I think I remember something. I never, because you mentioned something. I remember this nigga did this shit. He fights Jake LaMotta, Sugar Ray Robinson. Just check this out. So he fights Jake LaMotta at the beginning of the month. He loses. 8 days later, he fights one cat, right? 8 days after that, he fights another cat. 8 days after that, he rematches Jake LaMotta and knocks him and beats him, all in the same month. Like he has to have 4 fights in the same month.
Yep.
Today's fight is like that's the way you agree when you look at it. Be like 102 and 20 losses and all that type of stuff. And you're right, man. These guys don't fight enough. But one of the reasons why, and this goes back to something you said, money. They're making too much money.
Yep.
And that's the problem. They don't have to fight enough. Because why? They're making too much money. They're making the kind of money to where I can fight and chill till next year.
Yep.
And that's why they're not fighting enough, man.
Yep.
Right. Another reason why, you know why? I'm gonna tell y'all another reason why these guys don't fight enough. Fans. These guys ain't gonna fight enough because they're not gonna take the risk of fighting too much and taking the L, because once they do that, y'all write them off.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So you got to stop doing that. But I definitely agree with you, man. When you it is hard to compare eras. That's why when people say greatest of all time, I'm like, well, hold on now. Wait a minute. Hold on now. All right. Because a lot of times, man, we start looking at eras. We start naming fighters. A lot of y'all dudes have never heard of. And just like whenever it comes to Sugar Ray Robinson, what's the number one thing they say? Hey, ain't no film on him. So I can't put him in because ain't no film on him.
Mm-hmm.
But what did the resume tell you?
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Terence Crawford resume, like you said, I like if I had Crawford resume and somebody said, "Hey man, put his resume next to Sugar Ray Leonard," I said, "No. I mean Sugar Ray Robinson, no, don't do that to him, man. Put it next to like Mark Breland or somebody. Don't do that to him, man. Don't do that to him."
Exactly. Yeah, I said a typo. Benny Leonard light. I said light heavyweight. I meant lightweight.
Lightweight.
My bad, fellas. But yeah, y'all get the idea. Y'all get the idea.
George Benton was a defense. Yeah,
Shit, Homicide Hank had defense, man.
Yeah, he did.
Homicide Hank was a good defender. Sugar Ray Robinson was a good defender. I mean, Sugar Ray Robinson doesn't get the credit he deserves for his defense because he was so well-rounded offensively.
Yes, he was.
But that motherfucker wasn't getting hit like that.
Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. I agree with that. I agree. Sugar Ray actually lost the fight from exhaustion because it was in 100-degree weather. They kept it, and they went almost 20 rounds. So he just passed out from exhaustion. He wasn't even getting hit like that, like you said. You know?
No, he wasn't getting hit like that, man.
No. Charlie Burley had good defense also as well. He was.
Yeah, he did. Only problem with Charlie Burley is, I mean, he had to beat up the niggas on the murderer's row.
Right.
He could never get that title shot. So, I mean, you got to really have a special place for Charlie Burley. I think Charlie Burley, I'm going to tell y'all something, man, and my man Lord Zoe, he always disagrees, but, it is what it is. Charlie Burley would have beat Sugar Ray Robinson, man. He would have beat Sugar Ray Robinson. Now, if they would have fought several times, Sugar Ray Robinson was such a smart fighter, they probably would have adjusted. He would have lost some fights against Sugar Ray Robinson, just like Jake LaMotta did. But I think that first fight, I think Robinson would have lost. Because I believe, to this day, Robinson did not want smoke with Charlie Burley. I'll go to my grave thinking that. So, I think Charlie Burley would have beat him. Robinson would have won that get back just like he did against Randy Turpin.
Mm-hmm.
And he would have beat Charlie Burley probably like 3 or 4 fucking times after that.
Right. There's another dude. Somebody's name I can't think. Gans. I can't think of his first name. Joe Gans. Yeah. He was another good defensive fighter, man.
Yeah.
Another good defense. That's what I'm saying. Like, you gotta really know boxing to be trying to say greatest of all time in the welterweight division. Okay. Hell, he ain't even the greatest of all time in the division, other than the 140-pound division.
Yeah, 140 is a whole nother discussion, man, because you got, like I said, you got Costa Zoo, you got Ricky Hatton. Yeah, that's a, yeah.
Timothy
Yeah.
Bradley was at 140.
Tim Bradley was at 140. Tim Bradley dominated 140,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Timothy was Terence Crawford at 140.
I'm thinking about that, dog. I don't think I put Terrence over Tim Bradley at 140.
Right.
Because Tim Bradley, Kendall Holt, Lamont Peterson,
Devin Alexander.
Damn it, what's his name in the UK? God damn it.
I can't think.
I can't think of the guy's name, man. Cat in the UK. I can't think of his fucking name, bro.
Oh shit.
Junior Witter.
Yeah.
Junior Witter, Junior the Hitter Witter, right?
Yep.
Yeah, dog. Terence Crawford's got Julius Ndongo. Gamboa was at 140 or 135.
Gamboa was at 135.
Yeah. I Ricky Burns, right? Was he at 135 or 140?
Ricky Burns was at one.
How did he get that? How did he get them titles, man?
He wound up
think about this shit.
He fought Burns, and then he fought who he fight after that? He fought somebody after that. He fought Burns and somebody else because he was a unified champion.
Yeah, because he had I think what's his name? Ndongo had IBF and WBA.
Right, and Ndongo beat Trovanovsky and Burns. Ndongo beat Burns and Trovanovsky.
Yeah, I know who Ndongo beat.
Yeah.
But fucking Crawford had beat Victor Postal for the WBC, right? And he had the WBO. Who did he get the WBO off of? Was it Ricky Burns?
Yeah, I think he did get the WBO.
I thought the Ricky Burns fight was at 135.
Who did he get that title off of? Because he did beat. I remember when he beat Postal. Who did he get that title off of?
Yeah, I don't remember off top.
Me either.
But that's the point. That's the fucking point right there. I don't put with Thomas Delorme for real. Was that it? Because I remember that fight. Did he really beat Thomas Delorme for the WBO title, dog?
It better not have been.
I think that fight
had to be a vacant title then.
That fight was out here in Dallas.
It had to be a vacant
title. I hope that fight was not for the WBO, dog. I'm gonna look that shit up when we leave. I don't ever look nothing up on the show. Fuck that. I'm gonna look it up when we get off the show. He better not have beaten Thomas Delorme, man. Corey said it was vacant. Oh man. Oh man, Terrence might not even be top fucking 15 at 140. Nigga. Damn. Oh,
what division? Aaron Pryor was that 140?
Oh man.
Aaron Pryor, I think Aaron Pryor was it 140? Yeah.
Aaron was 135, I
135? Okay.
Who two divisions below Sugar Ray Leonard.
When he fought what's the dude name from Argentina he fought?
Alexis Arguello.
Alexis Arguello, yeah, I remember that fight.
He wasn't from Argentina though.
No, he was from
Nicaragua.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it's between him and Chocolatito as the best fighters from that region.
Yeah, Nicaraguan. But yeah, Aaron Pryor. I remember that fight. The thing about Aaron Pryor, he was beasting everybody, but the fight everybody remembers him for is the Thin Man. That's the fight everybody remembers him for. Alexis Arguello, the Thin Man.
Yeah, but MB 2.0 saying Pryor was 140. Yeah, but I thought Pryor's best work was at 135.
His best work was at 135.
Yeah.
Yeah, his best work was at 135.
Yeah, man, that's
Jose Cervantes.
Yeah, nah, man, this nigga Terrence, bro, he's not even top 15 at 140, bro. I had to go look at that again.
Yeah. You know what's funny, and think about this. Josh Taylor's undisputed run was better than Crawford's.
Yeah. So who you got? Ivan Baranchyk, Regis Prograis,
and Jose Ramirez.
Jose Ramirez. Damn. God damn, Terrence.
What I'm saying, man.
Oh,
y'all gotta be careful when y'all say that GOAT out here around us, man. Y'all gotta be careful, dog. Y'all gotta be careful, man. Y'all gotta be careful with that, man.
Oh
Y'all got to be careful, man. You just got to be careful. You say that around us, you got to be careful. We're going to look back.
Yep.
Because I give it to him. He undisputed, but
it's already in our head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just take us a few ticks to get that shit back out. And when it come out, it's like, oh, Terrence. All right, man. Let me get to the fuckery real quick before we get out of here, man. I'm going to show y'all why. In the beginning of this show, when I announced my man Bo, I said, Bo is my Roy. Y'all want to know why I said that? Here we go, man. Now, here's the situation, man. Dude stole dude's ring, right? Whack nigga A is talking to whack nigga B. And he feels like whack nigga B stole his ring. So he's got like 3 other cats in there with him. And when he don't give him his ring, he calls on his boy Roy.
Quit flinching. Yeah. Where my ring at? Yeah. Hey, quit pulling up your pants, nigga. I'm just smacking you, nigga. I'm just smacking you, nigga. I'll punch you in your shit right now, nigga. I didn't take your rings, dog. I'm telling you, bro. No, you lying, bro. No, bro. Your people's already said that you already been jealous, nigga. I just talked to Shut the fuck jealous up. Of what? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Fuck wrong. Where's my ring? Like, bro, I don't know, bro. You can hit me, keep beating me, bro. And the answer gonna be the same, bro. Bro, Roy, come smack this nigga up a couple times, bro. Come smack him up, bro. Why are you lying still, bro? Bring back, bro. Yeah, what I gotta give you, bro? Nothing, man. Don't have it. You lying. Yeah, you don't have it. You sold it already. I didn't sell nothing, bro. I ain't been nowhere. I ain't got no car, no nothing. Nigga, I've been at home, nigga. Man, you know how many licks I done hit on foot outside? Bro, if I had 7 days, bro. Bullshit, nigga. And I don't want to hear none of that shit, bro. Hit that nigga, Roy. Nigga, move your arms, nigga. Oh, my God, bro. Roy, hit this nigga again for me, please. Hit this nigga, bro. Hit this nigga. Hit this nigga. Alright. Punch the nigga this time, don't you? You know what I'm saying? Wrestling. Get up, Gary.
Bo is my Roy. So if y'all ever see me, y'all fucking with me, and y'all hear me say, man, hit that nigga Roy. Here come Bo. Y'all better be careful. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all know what it is, man. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for your source of pure unadulterated boxing information, man. Hit us up on Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, Facebook.com/3kingsboxing, man. Also, go to YouTube, follow Prodigy of Boxing Talk, man. We're going to be on here giving y'all the latest and greatest, the best takes, the best entertainment, have y'all laughing, have y'all motherfuckers up late, because that's what we do, man. Follow us on there. Hit the like button, share these videos, do what you got to do, man, to keep us up and running. Definitely appreciate everybody that came through. Of course, I appreciate my man Bo. Appreciate everybody that donated to us on the PayPal and in the chat. Until the next one, ladies and gentlemen, we out.